In this video, I will cover everything in Demon Slayer Season 1 and in the Mugen Train movie or the Mugen Train arc. Sorry if this video is a little bit long, but I tried to summarize everything I thought was important to give you a real feel of everything that happened in the first season and in the movie. I don't want to take too long with this intro. If you like this video, you know what to do. So let's just hop in. Our story centers on Tanjiro Kamado, a kind-hearted young man with a dog-like sense of smell. Though his father has passed away, he lives a happy, laborious life with his mother and 5 siblings in the mountain. Oh my god, what happened? One day, Tanjiro returns home from selling charcoal in the nearby town to find his family murdered, with the murderous stench still lingering, yet unknown to Tanjiro.
So this guy basically saved Tanjiro's life.
He goes searching for help with his sister Nezuko on his back, as he notices that she may yet be alive. Suddenly, Nezuko awakens and attacks her older brother, as it appears she has become a demon. As the siblings struggle, Tanjiro begins to get through to Nezuko. Then, a demon slayer emerges out of the forest to slice off Nezuko's head, but her older brother protects her. He states that Nezuko will never hurt anyone and that he'll find a way to cure her, even though the man states that this is an impossible task.
Way to be optimistic.
The demon slayer is disgusted with Tanjiro's groveling and provokes him to attack.
He's just trying to get the best out of him.
He does so and surprises the demon slayer with his clever strategy, allowing Nezuko to break free from his grasp. He is then shocked to see her protecting her brother, as demons need to eat humans to keep up their strength and won't hesitate to devour a loved one. The demon slayer knocks out the siblings and resolves to spare them, telling Tanjiro to seek out a man named Sakonji Urokodaki at Mount Sagiri and to tell him that Giyu Tomioka sent them.
Hold on, you're gonna have to repeat that.
After burying his family and creating a basket to carry Nezuko in,
Demons can't survive in sunlight.
they make their way to Mount Sagiri, where they come across a demon eating a family. The demon then attacks them, and Tanjiro witnesses the regenerative capabilities of a demon and their incredible resilience to damage. As he attempts to kill the decapitated demon with a knife,
Nezuko knocked his head off.
Urokodaki silently appears behind him and tells him that he can't kill it that way.
Yeah, you fucking dumbass.
As Tanjiro hesitates to crush the demon's head, morning comes, and the demon turns to ash. Urokodaki is disappointed by Tanjiro's sympathy for the demon and hesitation to answer what he should do should his sister eat someone.
The answer is to kill yourself and your sister.
As Urokodaki rushes Tanjiro over to his home, he then tests him to make his way down a trap-filled, hypoxic mountain before dawn.
Don't try and confuse the audience, just use simple words.
He manages to succeed, though not without a great deal of struggle, and begins his formal training to become a Demon Slayer swordsman, with Urokodaki as his trainer.
He was Tomioka's former trainer.
For a year, he kept a journal for Nezuko as he trained. She was asleep the whole time, we know not why. He began training with a katana, while also learning total concentration breathing.
This is the technique that gives Demon Slayers superior strength and speed.
After a year, Urokodaki has nothing more to teach him, and leaves him with one single task left: to split a giant boulder.
Are you fucked?
If he can do this, Urokodaki will approve him for the final selection exam to become a Demon Slayer. Half a year passes, and he is unable to split the boulder, when suddenly a boy with a fox mask shows up and knocks him out, after shouting at him to embody what Urokodaki taught him. When he wakes up, he is greeted by a girl named Makomo, who helps correct his breathing and form over the next 6 months, at the end of which he finally defeats the boy with the fox mask, whose name is Sabito, by splitting his mask in half.
He seems happy.
Sabito and Makomo disappear, and Tanjiro sees that what he split in half was actually the boulder.
Nice.
Urokodaki wishes him well in the final selection, and Tanjiro tells him to give his regards to Sabito and Makomo, to which Urokodaki is confused as to how Tanjiro knows the names of these deceased children. Tanjiro leaves the slumbering Nezuko in his teacher's care and heads to the final selection at Mount Fujikasane. The test of the final selection is to survive a demon-infested mountain for 7 days. The demons are kept on the mountain by way of wisteria flowers that bloom halfway up its base.
Demons hate wisteria flowers.
Tanjiro gets a chance to prove his training paid off when he faces off against the demon that killed Sabito and Makomo, and was captured by Urokodaki.
This guy has been mucking on Demon Slayers for like 50 years.
He manages to find the opening thread, the scent that guides his sword to his opponent's weak spot, and uses his water breathing to slice off his head. He feels sympathy for the demon, even after its death. After the 7 days pass, 4 swordsmen are left of the almost 20 that began the test. We later find out that a 5th survived. They are each assigned a talking crow and a chirping sparrow, and given the lowest rank of the demon slayers, Mizunoto.
This guy was being a dick, but Tanjiro handled it.
They then choose the ore for their Nichiren swords, special swords that can kill demons, and head home. Nezuko is awake when Tanjiro returns.
Now, well, isn't that sweet?
Urokodaki tells Tanjiro that he believes Nezuko sleeps to replenish her strength, rather than eating humans. Then, after a 2-week wait, his sword is finally delivered by his swordsmith.
Oh yeah, here we go. What the fuck are you?
The color of the sword depends on the wielder, and Tanjiro's comes out black, one that is rarely seen. It is said that unsuccessful swordsmen often have black swords. His crow then assigns him his first mission, in a town to the west, where it is reported that young girls are disappearing night after night.
It is the ghost of R. Kelly.
Hey now, that's not funny. There are some serious allegations against—
When he gets to the village, a young man named Kazumi, who recently lost his betrothed to the demon, helps Tanjiro find it. It turns out to be one demon split into 3, who can all appear and disappear from any surface. As our rookie demon slayer struggles to kill the demon, whilst protecting its next victim, and Kazumi, Nezuko pops out of the box he was carrying, and helps protect the civilians.
Urokodaki used sleep suggestion on Nezuko that all humans are her family, and all demons are her enemy.
The sibling pair managed to defeat the demon trio, and Tanjiro asks him about Muzan Kibutsuji, according to Urokodaki, the first demon, and the only one that can create other demons. However, the demon is too afraid to answer, because of Kibutsuji's threats, and Tanjiro is forced to slice off his head. Tanjiro's next mission takes him to Tokyo, where a demon is said to be hiding.
Tanjiro's not used to big cities.
When there, Tanjiro discovers Kibutsuji, but is unable to act because of the large crowd and the fact that he has a family and is posing as a human.
You clever bastard.
In order to escape the situation, Kibutsuji transforms a passerby into a demon, forcing Tanjiro to subdue him, though our young demon slayer doesn't let Muzan escape without making a promise. As the police attempt to get Tanjiro off the victim, a pair of demons who oppose Kibutsuji and don't harm humans step in to help by using an ability that safely gets Tanjiro and the newly transformed demon out of the situation. The demon pair are known as Yushiro and Tamayo.
Yushiro's basically in love with her.
Lady Tamayo is a doctor and altered her body, and Yushiro's, so that she only needs a little blood to keep up her energy.
They get their blood through donations.
Lady Tamayo informs Tanjiro that in order to develop a medicine to return demons to humans, she will need the blood of a demon with a high concentration of Kibutsuji's blood.
AKA, a strong-ass demon.
Then, a pair of demons sent by Kibutsuji to kill Tanjiro show up and destroy the house they were concealed in. The female demon uses Tamari balls, whilst the male uses directional arrows to send things in whichever direction he desires. Tanjiro and Nezuko each take on one of the demons.
Nezuko, you're meant to kill the demon, not play soccer with it.
And after nearly having his body broken, our rookie demon slayer manages to defeat the male, whilst Lady Tamayo casts a truce spell that led to the female demon's death.
Demons can't mention Kibutsuji's name.
Unfortunately, these demons were not strong enough to develop a cure for demons, and so Tanjiro, with Nezuko in tow, heads to his next assignment. On the way there, he runs into one of the 4 survivors of his final selection, Zenitsu Agatsuma, who is begging a woman to marry him because he fears he'll die soon.
Hey yo, go easy on the kid, you ain't never met a virgin before?
After dealing with the pathetic situation, Tanjiro leads a begrudging Zenitsu to the site of his next mission, where they encounter a mansion. A pair of children who follow their captured brother tell them it is a demon house, and then Tanjiro and a whiny Zenitsu head inside to deal with the problem. The children follow them inside,
The box he left them with was making scratchy noises.
and the 2 demon slayers are each separated with one of them, as the rooms in the house begin to change. As the young boy flames Zenitsu, they run into a wild boar-headed man. Meanwhile, Tanjiro attempts to protect the little girl, while faced with the head demon of the house.
He's able to manipulate the rooms any way he wants.
The boar-headed man gets in the way, and it is revealed that he too is part of the Demon Slayer Corps. He was the 5th survivor of the final selection. He begins to wildly attack the demon, then attacks Tanjiro,
I mean, you can't be stepping on little girls.
until they get separated. Meanwhile, Zenitsu falls asleep when he and the young boy get faced with a different demon, and in his sleep, disposes of the demon with tremendous speed.
When he wakes up, he thinks the kid saved him.
The boar-headed man likewise bares his fangs at a demon, and slices its head off, leaving Tanjiro with the final task of defeating the head demon. After Tanjiro and the little girl find her kidnapped brother, Our young demon slayer leaves them to face off against the head demon, a former 12 Kizuki.
These are the strongest demons that report directly to Kibutsuji.
Even with broken bones, Tanjiro manages to overcome the speed of the demon's drums and slices its head off after acknowledging its abilities.
This comforts the dying demon.
When Tanjiro leaves the mansion, he finds the boar-headed man attacking Zenitsu, who is protecting the box containing Nezuko because Tanjiro said it is more important than his life.
Even though they both know there's a demon in there.
Tanjiro uses his hard head to knock out the boar-headed man. His name is Inosuke Hashibira. And after he wakes up and they all bury the victims, the demon slayers and the children go their separate ways. The demon slayer trio then head to a house where they are able to rest and recover their beaten bodies.
This woman's care really makes an impact on Inosuke.
When Zenitsu discovers who is in Tanjiro's box, he becomes enraged and screams through the night about how lucky Tanjiro is to have such a cute girl by his side.
Safe to say Zenitsu's in love with Nezuko.
When their rest is up, the trio head to Mount Natagumo, where they discover that core members have been killing each other due to a demon controlling them with spider webs.
Zenitsu gets left behind because he's a puss.
After Inosuke discovers the source of the spiders, Tanjiro mercifully slices off the head of the demon woman.
How do you mercifully slice someone's head off?
It makes more sense if you watch the episode. Meanwhile, Zenitsu runs into a demon-headed spider and is poisoned, doomed to become a spider himself. After cursing his luck and reminiscing about the old man who trained and had faith in him, he falls asleep and manages to slice off the demon's head.
Damn, Zenitsu looking like a legendary Super Saiyan.
As he lay down waiting to become a spider, a Hashira arrives to save him and the other poisoned core members.
Hashira is the highest rank in the Demon Slayer Corps.
Tanjiro and Inosuke are faced with the father of these spider demons.
Apparently they're a family of demons?
But Tanjiro gets knocked far away, leaving Inosuke on his own. The dual-wielding demon slayer finds himself on the brink of death with a broken sword, but another Hashira shows up and makes quick work of the demon.
Hey, it's you, Giyu!
Also on the mountain, Tanjiro comes face to face with the creator of his fake family, and finds him punishing his sister. Tanjiro angers the demon by calling his family ties fake, and after Nezuko gets in the way to protect her brother, Rui, the demon, decides he wants her as his own sister, and he reveals that he's a member of the 12 Kizuki. With Nezuko captured and Tanjiro's sword broken, the demon uses his blood demon art, a demon special attack, and makes his threads even stronger. Just as his life is about to be cut short, Tanjiro has a flashback of his father performing a Hinokami Kagura dance, which he reenacts to cut the threads, whilst the tangled Nezuko uses a blood demon art of her own to explode everything her blood touches, thereby helping her brother cut off the demon's head. But wait! It turns out Rui cut his own head off with his threads before the sword could, and so survives the clash.
Since when do side villains have plot armor?
Enraged by his near-death encounter, he vows to kill Tanjiro and his sister, but Giyu shows up and makes short work of the 12 Kizuki member.
This scene was pretty badass, you should watch it.
As Rui fades away, he reminisces about his actions, including the murder of his parents. But he reunites with them in death, and is shown forgiveness.
Why would they forgive him? Didn't he murder them?
Again, it makes more sense if you watch the episode. Nearby, Shinobu Kocho, the Hashira that saves Zenitsu, encounters the sister demon and feigns kindness to her before poisoning her with her wisteria flower-coated sword, thereby killing the last of Rui's family members.
This bitch crazy!
She then shows up to kill Nezuko, but Giyu protects them, and the two Hashira engage in a struggle. Just as Nezuko is about to be caught by Shinobu's student, a crow comes with a message to take the siblings into custody and back to headquarters. When Tanjiro awakens from his unconscious state, he is confronted with the 9 Hashira, most of which agree that it is best to kill the siblings and be done with it. However, the master of the mansion and leader of the Demon Slayer Corps arrives and states that he accepts the siblings into the Corps.
Aha, good man.
Unable to accept this, one of the Hashira tests Nezuko by offering up his blood, but she resists, thereby proving she is no ordinary demon. Tanjiro is then taken to Butterfly Mansion to heal up.
This is Shinobu's place.
When there, he finds Zenitsu and Inosuke already under care. They then begin their rehabilitation training in the mansion, but it proves near impossible to beat Kanao Tsuyuri, Shinobu's student, or Tsuguko.
A Tsuguko is somebody being trained by a Hashira.
Eventually, a deflated Inosuke and Zenitsu stop coming to training, but Tanjiro endures.
Wow, Inosuke, I never would have taken you for a whiny bitch.
3 of the mansion attendants tell Tanjiro to learn to do total concentration breathing 24/7, because that is what Kanao and all the Hashira do.
This is called total concentration constant.
As Tanjiro trains to achieve this monstrous feat, he has a conversation with Shinobu, in which she reveals that her sister was just like him in her sympathy for demons, even as she was murdered by one. Shinobu has deep hatred for demons, even though she puts on a smile, but hopes Tanjiro can fulfill her sister's dream of getting along with them.
I'm sure slicing their heads off is a great way to achieve that goal.
Tanjiro manages to achieve total concentration constant and bests Kanao in the training games. After a little encouragement from Shinobu and a lot of help from Tanjiro, Inosuke and Zenitsu are also able to achieve this technique. Inosuke and Tanjiro receive new swords from their swordsmiths, though not after some passionate anger on the smith's part. Meanwhile, Kibutsuji gathers the remaining lower members of the 12 Kizuki.
They are divided into lower and upper 6. The upper 6 have not changed for more than a century, and are capable of killing Hashira.
Kibutsuji destroys all but one of the lower rank demons, and gives the remaining one more of his blood, ordering him to kill Hashira and the demon slayer with Hanafuda card earrings, Tanjiro Kamado. As Tanjiro is preparing to leave the butterfly mansion, he asks Shinobu about fire breathing, but she suggests he ask the flame Hashira Kyojiro Rengoku. He then thanks Aoi for her help in his recovery, and charmingly tells Kanao to listen to the voice in her heart.
She always flips a coin to decide what to do, when she isn't being ordered around.
The trio's next mission is aboard the Mugen train, where Tanjiro is able to ask Rengoku, who was already on board, about Hinokami Kagura, though he knows nothing.
What great help you were.
He claims there is a demon on board, and that people have been going missing on the train,
Way to freak out Zenitsu.
and everyone is soon put to sleep through its blood demon art. While all the demon slayers happily dream,
Except the Rengoku, whose dad is still a dick.
a group of children sent by the demon enter each of their dreams in order to destroy their spiritual cores.
They're basically gonna put them into an eternal coma.
Our heroes are each able to subconsciously defend themselves from this threat, whilst Tanjiro says goodbye to his dream family, and then awakens by taking his own life. Tanjiro orders Nezuko to wake everyone up while he takes on the demon at the front of the train. As he overcomes the demon's sleep spell, Tanjiro manages to slice its head off. But wait! The demon, Enmu, reveals that his main body has now fused with the train, and all the people on board are to become his food.
What?
The other demon slayers wake up, and Rengoku orders Tanjiro and Inosuke to find the demon's vital spot, while he, Zenitsu, and Nezuko protect the passengers.
Or is it the train's vital spot? I don't know.
Tanjiro and Inosuke discover the demon's neck at the front of the train, and after lots of resistance from the demon and a fatal attack from the engineer,
What a dick.
they synchronize their attacks in order to slice its head off. The demon vanishes, and the train crashes, though with no casualties thanks to Rengoku, and he then directs Tanjiro in closing up his wound, using total concentration constant. Then, with a loud entrance, upper rank demon number 3 arrives, and swings for Tanjiro's head. Rengoku protects him from the demon Akaza, and the upper rank tries to convince the flame Hashira to become a demon in order to continue fighting and improving forever.
You know, that doesn't sound too
He
bad.
blatantly refuses the offer, and so they kick off a colossal fight. Okay, stop this video right now and go watch this fight, then you come back. I'll wait. In their final clash, Akaza pierces through the flame Hashira's stomach, and once again tries to convince him to become a demon.
Hey man, at this point I'd just take the offer.
However, Rengoku reminisces on what his mother told him before she died. Helping the weak is the duty of the strong. With the last of his strength, he attempts to slice the upper rank demon's head off, as dawn begins to break. Akaza begins to panic, but before Tanjiro and Inosuke can swoop in to finish the job, the demon rips away from the situation, and, blade in his neck, breaks for the cover of the forest. Tanjiro doesn't let him escape without a blade through the chest, and a reminder of who the real victor is, and who the coward is.
Yeah, big up the victor, Rengoku.
Hey man, you don't look too good.
In their final conversation, Rengoku tells Tanjiro that he remembers some documents his father had on past Flame Hashira, and that it may help him to better understand the Hinokami Kagura. He also leaves a message for his father and brother, and acknowledges Nezuko as a member of the Corps. Finally, he puts his belief in Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, and finally passes away after seeing a vision of his proud mother.
Hey man, leave me alone.
While the trio sob over Rengoku's death,
Even Inosuke is crying.
the Hashira and the Master learn of his death, as our rookie trio are taken by the Kakushi back to Butterfly Mansion. And that is that. I hope you guys are excited for Season 2. I know I am. I've already read the manga and know what's going to happen, but without spoiling anything, let me just say, you're right to be excited. If you made it to this point in the video, you might as well like it. You might as well leave a comment, let me know that you liked it, because that'll make me really happy. And subscribe. if you're new. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy. I appreciate you, and peace.